Okay, so like take 5 on this because technology doesn't like me. Um, so my name is Kristen Martis. I'm the president of the Autism Society of North Louisiana, and we are here today with Landon Brown, who is the assistant camp director for MedCamps. MedCamps does a lot of really incredible things for kids with disabilities and their families throughout the year, but today we're going to specifically be talking about something that MedCamps offers that's called Family Camp. And this specifically is going to be for children of various ages with autism and their families. Family Camp is an overnight camp, and hours will be from Friday, September the 22nd through Sunday, September the 24th. And before I hand it over to Landon, I wanted to announce another part of it, in that because of the generosity of our community and ongoing fundraising that we do with the Autism Society, we are going to be able to provide some financial support on a sliding scale for families who need it, because this is such an incredible opportunity for kids to be able to meet other kids and experience new things and, you know, gain more independence, and to be able to do that with your family too. It's just an amazing opportunity. And we don't want any kind of financial hardships to impact anyone's ability to do that. So like I said, we will be providing some financial support on a sliding scale, and I'll go into that some more towards the end. So if you have any questions about any of this, we are going to post this on Facebook. Feel free to type any questions in the comments and we'll get back to you, or you can email us at autismnorthla@gmail.com. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Landon.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, my name's Landon Brown. I'm the assistant camp director in MedCamps of Louisiana. For those of you who don't know what MedCamps is or kind of what we do, so we're a camping program for individuals with special needs, chronic illnesses, disabilities. And so we run around 10 weeks out of the summer. Each week is catered to a different set of disabilities. And then we also started kind of branching out and doing some off-season stuff. So we started family camps. We're doing a new MedCamps on the Move program. So we're really growing, and we wanted to include some local organizations into some family camps, and Autism Society was the perfect, fit for that for us. So just a little bit about family camp. So it's something we've always wanted to kind of start up and kind of play around with. And then during COVID, it kind of forced us to do that because it was a lot safer, more appropriate way to do camp during, the pandemic and stuff. So we started that, and then it was just going to kind of be a little temporary thing till we can get back to residential camp. But the families loved it, and it was such a huge success that we're just keeping it going. So now campers, instead of just having 1 week of camp, by themselves at MedCamps, they can get with their families and come to a family camp with their families. And then, they get more MedCamps, which is always great. We get to see our campers more, and then they get to share something that means so much to them, MedCamps, with their families. So for the purposes of Autism Society, we are doing, like we said, we're partnering with the Autism Society for children living with autism. You don't have to specifically be affiliated with the Autism Society yet. And then, of course, you also don't have to be affiliated with MedCamps yet. So, if you are just really involved with the Autism Society and have always wanted to try MedCamps or vice versa, this is the perfect opportunity for you to do that. We have 10 cabins here at camp. And, we, of course, have, bathrooms in each cabin, and we have up to 9 beds. So, your camper can bring, family, friends, or cousins and aunts, anybody that wants to come with your camper that you guys consider your family. They're more than welcome to come. Each family gets their own cabin. And then we also allow families to share a cabin. So if you have another family that, you're close with, and, you don't mind sharing a cabin with them, you're more than welcome to do that. So everybody, can have as much privacy as they want, or if you're like, let's bring them all, you can do that as well. And then during family camp, we do everything that we do during our typical summer camp. We did try to do during family camp, weather permitting. Obviously, this is a year-round thing, so We do some in the winter, some in the fall, spring. So it just kind of depends on what all we get to do. But MedCamps has a lot going on right now that we're going to get to offer to you guys. We are rebuilding and completely remodeling our new pool house, which will act as a rec hall. We have a new amphitheater that we're going to get to do some really good presentation type stuff and campfires and, right on the water. And then we have all of our existing award-winning programs that we won some awards for this past summer, such as paintball and archery. We have our zip line. We, do lots of swimming at MedCamps, like I said, weather permitting. We get out on the water with canoes and paddle boats, and we have all kind of, funky little boats like corporals and wigwags and all kind of fun stuff. We listen to lots of music at camp. We do s'mores. And then we always like to get the community involved. So we have, church members and stuff that will come out and sing songs for s'mores, or, we have a local magician that'll come out and they do like magic shows. So each family camp is kind of its own experience. If you've been to one family camp, and you come to another one, it could be a totally different thing. But, one thing that kind of stays the same is, you get to come with your kid. They get to bring their siblings and stuff. And they get to come to med camps, and everybody gets to enjoy it together, which is kind of our goal for family camps. So
very cool. And like, that's one of the things I know a few parents have said is that, we've not done med camps before because traditionally, they might be a little hesitant just to drop them off for the first time. But like you said, they can have their family with them, and I love how, you said before, we don't define who is your family. So if that's a cousin or a neighbor with you or whatever, I think that's really cool too, to make it personalized for each family. And when you said, and I have some questions written down, when you said it was 10 cabins max, and then it's 9 beds per cabin. So up to
9, up to 9 family members. We could squeeze a couple more in there, it just depends on how much kind of space you want and stuff like that. But we have 9 beds that are pretty permanent in the cabin. So
okay.
Yeah.
And how many, in order to have that cabin to themselves, what's the minimum amount of people that need to reserve?
We try to ask around 3 to 4, just because, it wouldn't always be very fair if we have a family of just 2 that would like to come, and then we have a family of 6 in waiting. Of course, we still want the family of 2 to come, and we would love to try to accommodate to that. But, the more people that you bring to camp, the more experience you get to share. So we try to, keep the groups fairly large.
Absolutely. So I was looking, what are the ages? The kid, do you have recommended age range or?
So goes off of our summer camp age range. For summer camp, for our autism retreat, which is the Busy Beach retreat, it is ages 6 to 16. However, family camp, we're a little more lax with that. So the age range is very flexible. So, if you have a 5-year-old and, this could be the perfect time for you to say, he'll be 6 next year. I'm not quite sure if we want to do this med camp thing, come out to a family camp, come with them, let him, experience it before, they're kind of just into camp full-fledged the next year. And then, we all know, especially with autism, every kid is different, but kind of a running theme is, familiarity, kind of knowing the schedule and stuff. So it's the perfect way for, younger kids to kind of get to dip their toes in and kind of see what they want to do. And then it works for older campers as well, because unfortunately, and it's something that, med camps and autism society and stuff tries to kind of work against, the older kids with special needs get, the less there is for them to do. So, if you have a kid that's older than 16, they're still more than welcome to come. They would still qualify as a camper. As long as they have a special need that we serve at med camps, they're more than welcome to apply.
Awesome. So what, I'm going through my list. So one thing I know, when you and I talked about this before, that I thought was really cool, and that I bet a bunch of parents are thinking, the activities are limitless. I know there's a lot that y'all have to offer. And one of the things that you told me that I thought was so cool was, let's say that the group is doing archery or whatever it is, and it's time to move to another one. And you were like, yeah, but if they're not ready, or if the next event is something, or the next activity is something they would not care to do, y'all aren't forcing anybody to move at a
Right.
certain pace or to do certain activities. It's here for you to do it. But I thought that was really cool. Could you maybe tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah. So during I base everything kind of off of our summer model. So during our summertime, we have kind of a schedule, when it's time to move, it's time to move, just to kind of give everybody a chance to do everything.
Yeah.
But family camps, we want to act kind of as a respite for everybody. So, we've had in the past family camps where, a camper, they love to swim and they swim for, 4.5 hours that day, and that is totally fine.
Awesome.
If they're not into archery, or if zip line is not their thing, or so they don't like to swim, they don't want to be around the water, we kind of offer up a schedule, just kind of like as a suggestion, like, these activities are open. You're welcome to do any of these activities. They'll be open when and if you choose to go to those.
Yeah.
However, our whole camp is open. We have a lake, we have a pavilion with a fountain on it that people
Oh,
love to
man.
sit on. We have
Yeah.
rocking chairs, we have picnic tables all over camp, a swing set. So, it's kind of a, where the families, when they start out, they don't have to commit to anything. It's not, what are you going to do today? Let us know where you're going to be. It's,
Yeah.
the camp is open. Walk around, see, if you walk past them and say, hey, I want to see what that is over there, go check it out and see if it's something that y'all would like to do. So
Awesome.
we want family camp to be very laid back. We want it to be relaxing. We don't want people to sign up and say, oh, this is going to be a task. I gotta, make sure, we're doing this and that. It's not like that. It's, everything is open. You come and go as you please. If you like to sleep in, or if you like to get up extra early, our wonderful cooks, bless their souls, they're up at 5 a.m. making coffee. They're up there ready. And then some of our counselors are night owls, so they'll be up in here, and they can play music and board games and stuff like that. So there's something for everybody here. And especially with individuals with autism, sometimes unfortunately parents have to think, like, all right, if we go, what if my kid, freaks out and doesn't want to do that? Or what if that's too much? I don't want to cause a scene. None of that judgment is at MedCamps.
Yes.
We're all here together. We all understand special needs and autism, and, no one's going to judge anybody. Anytime somebody's out walking, or, we're not like, where are you going? What are you doing? This is your weekend for you to relax,
Yes.
bond with your family, do what y'all want to do out here, and just have a good time.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love it so much. And I love the part that you said about the acceptance, and that you're amongst people who get it and who have walked similar paths. Because all the families there get it too,
Yeah.
I love that. So what about, I know you said y'all, the food and everything is provided. So if there's anybody with any kind of allergies or food sensitivities, y'all are able to accommodate that?
Absolutely, we can accommodate. And then if you have a little more strict diet, we always tell families, bring whatever food you need.
Cool.
If your camper is, say they only want to eat this food or that food, or, for whatever reason, we're not interested in that reason. Just bring what you need. We put your stuff up. If you would rather prepare your food, we do that. If not, we just say, this family has pizza rolls, we'll have
Yeah.
those ready just like everybody else. They can come through the line, get their preferred food with everybody else. So we don't want anything that is typically a boundary for campers or their parents to be a boundary at camp. There's no boundaries at camp. So we just want this to be, a boundary-free place where they can just come. You don't have to worry about things like that. Just get here, have fun, and enjoy the weekend.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I think the only thing that leaves now is just to kind of talk about what the pricing is and all that.
Yeah, so we have a price. Our pricing is, so all of our campers are free. So individuals with special needs are free. And then 4 and under are free. So if if they have a really young sibling, again, we don't want a boundary of, we're bringing, little brother, he's a toddler. He's going to get a little bit out of it, but, that to have to pay for that, experience isn't quite fair. So, and then the fee for all the family members is $125. And MedCamps is not a money making business. That just kind of helps cover the cost of food for the weekend. And then, that's pretty much it. Just kind of try to break even a little bit. And then we have always been free of charge for all of our campers. So any individual with autism is free. And that goes for the summertime as well. Just for anyone that doesn't know, we've never charged any fee for any of our campers. And we were lucky enough to be able to carry that over to family camp as well. So to answer your question, 125 for family members and stuff like that come, and then campers, of course, are free.
Yep. And I love it too. I mean, that includes food. That's all the activities. There's no hidden fee. It's $125 for each non-camper over 4, and that's your weekend.
That's it.
Yep. Okay. And so that kind of brings us to, did we cover everything, Landon?
I believe so. I think we covered everything. Yeah.
Okay. So that kind of brings us to how we intend to help meet some of the financial need. So we are going to supply it on a sliding scale based on need. And there's going to be the process in which to do that. So there'll be 2 ways to register, or I guess 2 things you have to do to be signed up. First, you have to sign up with MedCamps. Anybody who intends to go, whether you are going to apply for financial assistance or not, you have to register with MedCamps, and we will post that link and all that good stuff. But that is how you sign up to go, is through MedCamps. If you are going to be requesting financial assistance, in addition to the MedCamps registration, you will also fill out, it's just a brief Google form with the Autism Society, which we'll post too. And it's just asking a couple of questions for you to state how much funding assistance you're looking for. Now, we're going on the honor system. We're not going to ask for your W-2s or anything like that. So that application window for applying for that through us is going to be August 1st, just to give us plenty of time to allocate those funds and get businesses to match us with funding so that we can increase our reach into the community and fund more people as needed. So how to work when you register with MedCamps. And again, we'll put that link in the comments and another post and all that good stuff too. But when you register, it's going to say that you have a $0 balance. Regardless of if you're requesting financial assistance or not, it's going to say $0 at first. And then once that funding application window closes and we allocate those funds, then you'll get an additional email that's like, hey, the funds have been applied. You are responsible for X amount of dollars or whatever that is. Is that correct, Landon, how I stated that?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So feel free to put any questions or comments in this comment section once we post it on Facebook, or email us at autismnorthla@gmail.com. And Landon, what is your email address is it okay if they reach out to you if they have MedCamp specific questions?
Yeah, for sure. My email is Landon, LANDON, @medcamps, MEDCAMPS.org.
All right, y'all. And that registration with them is live and ready to go. And so is our application. So we'll be posting that later today. And we look forward to it. And thank you so much, Landon, for your time and for offering this incredible resource.
Yeah, thank y'all. We're excited.